yeah, thank you all for coming out. I mean, this is something that I wouldn't have came to if I didn't have to. This is rolling into the belly of the beast on a Friday night, battling all the traffic, but I thank you, really. This is a small cross-section, culmination of a lot of years. I've got a lot of people to thank. Most of them are already up there in the exit interview that we're all marching towards every day. And I recommend we all live our lives like we're marching towards that day, because we are. These pieces, these are my kids. I mean, this is what I have left, and a lot more to give. It's a small little cross section, but it is unique. You probably know that I started this journey from an accident. It's a long, tragic story, but it turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to me. Because I probably would have never created something anywhere close to this without it. Couldn't have done it without lots of people in my life. Lots of you in here are that. Especially Sarah Trummett. She's probably going to go further than I will, so pay attention to her. Next opening will probably be hers. There's wood, there is stone, there is mixed media. We've turned to paint and resin and colors and lights, and we're just going to go further up from here. I figured that I would end this, which I like to end things quickly, right? With some questions, if anybody has any questions. So, first question.
You started with wood, is that right?
I did start with wood. Yeah, I started.
Repeat the question because sometimes people.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Did I start with wood? Yes, I started with wood. I started with small pieces of kindling on our back porch. My parents, when I came home from the hospital, spent about a month and a half in the hospital, 3rd-degree burns over 50% of my body. But started with wood, just with a Dremel. Didn't even have a chisel. Dremel and just going at it. And it was just for physical therapy to try to get the fingers moving and the hands moving. Everything was seized up. But the first couple that I made, I fell in love with. I mean, I couldn't believe that you could unleash just something destined to be burned into something beautiful like that. And so it became a full-fledged addiction, passion, and it's something that there's a few of us in this world that if we find something that if you don't do it, you're going to spiral out of your head. And there have been times in the last 20-something years where I don't do art daily, and I will spiral out. So it's something that I have to do. It's something that I will do till the day I die. I have no choice. So I don't know if we're cursed or not, but
Blessed.
Yeah, it's a blessing. Yeah, but if you stop,
Well, yeah.
it's a
Throw
problem.
it away.
Yeah. But yeah, good question.
Your relationship with cats.
My relationship with cats, it's yeah. I've got 5 cats now. I'm down to 5. They're not by choice, they just keep showing up on me. I love my cats. They test my patience, as some of you know, but there's something, and I think the Egyptians had it, there's something there. They've got, they know something that we don't, and that's kind of where a lot of my stuff kind of looks alienistic, and the big eyelids. There's something, and if you don't believe in it, it's fine. hedging my bets that there is something more than we know. And I think the cats know that. I'm feeding the cats, I'm still cleaning up litter, and I'm happy to do it most days. The cat pee is another story. I could do without that part. That's a good one.
Tell us a little bit about the title of the show.
Title of the show, Rave Against the Machine. So music has been my catalyst from way before I started making art. I mean, I was raised by parents that always had music playing. Raves, even though it's a bad term to people with a drug reference, but the first rave I went to, I felt so included without being judged. And you could do anything, you could dance any way you wanted to, and it was a beautiful thing. And this is in Houston, Texas, early 90s, and fell in love with it, and then eventually fell in love with the electronic music, which still kind of gets a bad rap, but guess what? Even in country, there's electronica roots going on. And all your pop music is basically electronica, so it's ingrained in me, and so the rave culture, it's my family, and I will never forget them. I'll keep it with me. And against the machine, that's what I've always felt. I mean, we're all destined to be replaced by machines. So if you're not raging against that machine, you're not paying attention. So I recommend you pay attention. So, good question. Yes, sir.
I noticed as I was looking around that I don't see many pupils, which I like. It keeps it mysterious. It has like a weird orb. I wanted to see what you thought. Is that intentional that you leave out the pupils?
Yeah, so I have made them with pupils, but I like them to be sleeping. I mean, this piece with pupils, kind of creepy, man. Right? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's a peaceful, and I like them. I've always set them up so they could face the east. You know, I mean, the G's obviously aren't facing the east, but it's nice to, and we all shut our eyes. I mean, we have our eyes shut for a third of our lives, and it just makes it, I don't know, it's easier to work on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the ones that I have made with pupils and their eyes open, it's just, they're not the same. I mean,
It's less mystery.
yeah. So, I mean, there's some, and plus, most of my photos that I've taken in life, my eyes are closed.
I like that answer.
Yeah. And that.
Yeah, I don't know, I really love what you said about like the music culture stuff, especially like I love Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, Rage Against the Machine. Hey, so 1992,
It's been a minute, I feel like a lot of people
we went to Lollapalooza, me and this guy back here. Yes, sir. And they opened up Lollapalooza. They were the opening band. They were.
I've never seen them live, that was one of the reasons why I should be
Incredible.
here.
So, yeah.
I actually thought that Rage Against the Machine was in Austin, so when
Zach De La Rocha is right outside. Tom Morello, they're soon to be here.
I love art shows, I love
Yes.
these sorts of, but yeah, I don't know, like, I am really curious, like, just like hearing about your story, like, there is like this very sad tale to it, like, I kind of want to hear a little bit more to it, if you don't mind indulging, but at the same time, it's all in respect if you don't
Yeah,
want to.
the sad, yeah, you want to hear a sad story. I got a story to make your toes curl, right? Yeah, it was humbling, right, to be burned and spend that much time in a burn wood, and what you smell and what you hear when you're in your room, you don't, but you can everybody appreciate and respect fire. I mean, I don't have a candle in my house. Don't ever want to go through that again. But coming home, and you know, I was 25 years old and happened to come home, and it was a rebirth. My parents had to basically take care of. I couldn't feed myself. Couldn't go to the bathroom by myself. I had to have a home nurse come in and change all the stuff every day. In the middle of that, my dad found out he had cancer, and within 5 months he was gone, which was, you know, devastating. He just turned 61, and he told me to take care of my mother, which 25, and I love my parents, and so I did. I stayed at home with her up until 3 years ago when she died. You know, 49, doesn't sound right.
Something like that.
Yeah. That sounds awful. It's 39, let's say 20-something years, and
Close, yeah.
after she passed away, I didn't know what to do. And then the pandemic hit, and then I really didn't know what to do. All I knew what to do was to start fixing some of these pieces up, because they were all 80% done or not great. So I went on a rampage the past 2 years of restoring for them, basically. Because I didn't know if the pandemic was going to take us out. I didn't know what I had left to give in this world. So that's what you got right here. So yeah, great question. You're gonna make me cry.
Tommy, so there seems to be like a Pharaoh or Egyptian influence with the cats.
Yeah.
Is that purposeful, or what is that?
No, I mean, I like the stylized look. Yeah, I mean, that's just what it came out as. And
Okay.
if you look at a lot of the wood, I'm trying to play with the grains, right?
Right.
So this guy, like, I got his nose with the grain
Right.
exactly right there. And that same thing with the stone. Like the stone, I want to, you get these stones, and it's just a big white chunk of rock. You start
Right.
carving into it, and you start seeing the striations, and that's where the fun part. When I've switched to stone, wood is only three or four different colors. You got dark, brown, red. That's it. Stone, holy crap, you can get all sorts of colors. Like this thing came, and it looked kind of like that, right? Well, then you open it up, and then you've got this seam going down here, and you've got this, and it was exciting and it was about 2010 when I switched to stone, and I just loved it. And then I got into the mold making, so like this piece Dan's looking at, made a mold of it, and at that I can sell the original because I have my notes, and that's where the problem has always lied, because it's not that I'm stingy, but these are notes. I mean, I don't know how I do this. I work on a system where it's almost like multiple personalities, where I have a first cutter, I have a finisher, and then the closer. I have a closer, and he's the late night guy. He's unpredictable. Sometimes he's great, sometimes he screws things up, but the closer,
It's fun.
there's some mornings where I wake up and I'm like, I don't know how I did that. That's where, you know, this was some late nights. There may have been alcohol involved. Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say that, but
Yeah.
it's all beautiful, by the way.
Thank you, yeah. But yeah, the Egyptian, I will tell you, a lot of the stonework I was working on leading up to 2012, December 21st, when they thought the world was gonna end, I took it seriously.
Right.
And so I was watching a lot of Ancient Aliens, a lot of it, and I would go to sleep and I would have dreams, and I would sketch out what my dreams were. And so a lot of these are what I've seen in dreams, which I thought the Aztecs were maybe, or the Mayans were, maybe they didn't add, you know, get their math right, so I'm still hoping. I mean, I think, yeah, we've made a big mess of this place, so.
Well, yeah,
any day
as we
now.
do.
Just now.
What leads you to the metal part?
The metal is just, yeah, it's another part of, and that's where we're headed next. I've got a little foundry where the first part is mold making, make the molds, and then we're going to start melting a bunch of metal, because guess what? I'm a collector, kind of a hoarder, and I'm sitting on a bunch of metal that we're going to melt down and make pretty stuff with. Yeah. I'm not really set up for welding because I'm out in the woods, but I've got friends and friends that are welders. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else?
Thank you very much.
All right. My name's Tommy Nienaber. I make art. Let's wave.